Episode number 81. It is what it is. Now listen, guys. Moving right along. Listen. You know we're gonna speak about the Drake and Drake and Kendrick. We're gonna spend some time on that. Just give it time. Let's speak about some other things now. I want to speak about this Chris Brown. Listen, I spoke about this on another platform. Another episode. We spoke about this whole feud between Quavo and Chris Brown. You guys know Quavo and Chris Brown they've had a long ongoing feud. We're gonna get to the Drake, but we gotta speak about other feuds in hip hop. All right, Quavo and Chris Brown, they've had a feud ever since Quavo started kicking it with Karrueche. You guys remember Karrueche Tran, the fine little black Oriental chick, beautiful woman. Shout out to Karrueche, all right? But nonetheless, they're beefing. They're at odds. Now, you seen recently that at a fashion show, they had Chris Brown sitting next to Quavo. It looked like they were being cordial. All right? They were being cordial. But I guess they were on their best behavior. Because according to Chris Brown took to the internet and he made a post about it. It was about business. That's the reason why he was acting up. Chris Brown is about his business. So that led me to believe that Chris Brown is not necessarily friends. I'm not Chris Brown, but Quavo is not necessarily Chris Brown's not necessarily friends with Quavo. All right, and it might be vice versa. I don't know who's upholding the beef. I don't know if Quavo is provoking the beef. I don't know if Chris Brown's provoking the beef. I don't know if Quavo is trying to make amends, but I definitely know Chris Brown is not trying to make amends. I think that's safe to say at this point. What gives even more validity to Chris Brown pushing the issue is you guys see Chris Brown has responded in rhyme form. Now, I know Chris Brown's an R&B. I know he's an R&B singer. I know Chris Brown is used to singing women's panties and girls throwing their bras at him. But you guys, listen, Chris Brown, he raps too. For those that don't know, Chris Brown raps. And some people are fond of Chris Brown's raps. Some people are under the impression that Chris Brown can rap, all right? And I even seen some comments where some people are looking forward to Chris Brown beefing with Quavo rapping against each other. Now, this is unconventional. Never in hip-hop, maybe somebody could prove me wrong. Never in hip-hop have I seen an R&B artist go at a rapper. I've never seen in hip-hop a rapper beefing with an R&B artist. There's never been an R&B artist that I've seen that has the lyrical tenacity, the lyrical capability of going against a rapper, all right? So this is interesting in hip-hop. We're seeing a lot of different things in hip-hop. This is very interesting. So I'm here for it. I don't know about you guys at home, but I am here for it. I want to see Chris Brown versus Quavo. Now listen, Chris Brown has already responded to Quavo, all right? I want to pull up some things. Let's see if we can pull this up, man. We're gonna pull up Instagram right quick. All right. And we're going to look into this Chris Brown. And I want to see what Chris Brown said. Because like I said before, Chris Brown and Quavo have responded to each other. All right. So the horses are off to the race. And let's go through here. Let me see if I could pull up Chris Brown's reply. All right. No, that's Future. Bada bing, bada bang. Okay, no problem. Okay, so now I just found Chris Brown's response right now. I'm gonna pull this up. You guys give me a second. I'm gonna pull this up right now. Bada bing, bada bang. Alright. All right. Guys, check it out. What you're looking at right now is Chris Brown. All right, so Chris Brown is the first one to let off shots. Grrr, don't shoot the messenger, all right? This is Chris Brown's words. He's the first to let off a shot at Quavo. So we got to give Chris Brown credit, all right? Now, let me read what Chris Brown actually said. All right. Chris Brown said, okay now, fucking my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. Sipping that 1942, cause I don't do no Quavo. Freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not the Migos. Shots fired. Listen, that's Chris Brown. I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but that's Chris Brown. And you know, I'm reading it, but it sounds better. I'm going to be quite honest with you. It actually sounds better on record. This is an actual record that we're quoting, okay? Once again, okay now, fucking my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. So he's saying, fucking my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. Sipping that 1942 because I don't do Quavo. Freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not Migos. So this is a shot at the whole Migos. So he's not just taking a shot at Quavo. He actually took a shot at your boy Offset, and how despicable, he took a shot at Rest in Peace, Takeoff. Yeah. When you speaking about the Migos, you talking about all three members, all right? So he's just not firing shots at Quavo. He's firing shots at his group members also, all right? Now, you guys, Quavo actually responded also. I don't know if I could find where Quavo's response, but Quavo has responded, seemingly responded to Chris Brown. All right. Now Quavo's response, I'm gonna be honest with you, Quavo more sung it out. Quavo's response was more of a singing response, and I want to give a shout out to Jack Boy. Jack Boy has just been released. He made bond. Shout out to Jack Boy. All right, former Sniper Gang member. Like I said, Quavo has responded to Chris Brown. Now, I don't have the Quavo response right now, all right? But just know that Quavo has responded to Chris Brown. All right, let me pull this off the screen. All right, so like I said, you guys see Chris Brown taking shots at Quavo. Now, hopefully this continues on in hip hop, all right? There's a theme going on with this podcast. And if somebody knows, I want to see the Quavo response. Quavo response to, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. Quavo response to Chris burnt down. Okay, so Quavo calling Chris Brown tender. He said, "Tender, don't beat her up." All right, let me see if I can see the whole lyrics here. All right, so the song that Quavo has for Chris Brown is called "Tender." All right, and in the lyrics, Quavo made a reference to Chris Brown. He's saying, "Chris, don't beat her up." All right, so I guess he's antagonizing Chris about putting his hands on women. Now, I'm not here to condemn nobody. Obviously, Chris Brown, he's received as much ridicule. You know, he's endured so much ridicule, so much disrespect. All right. There's no reason for me to add on to that. All right. But nonetheless, yes, Quavo did respond to Chris Brown. Now, in hip hop, I'm gonna tell you like this, you guys. Right now, hip hop needs this. Hip hop needs this. We need this back and forth. Hip hop needs that competitive edge once more. Because what they're doing, they're feminizing hip hop. All right, they're demasculating hip hop. If you guys see what's going on. So the hip hop art form is at jeopardy right now. So we have to give a big shout out to guys like Chris Brown. We cannot shun Chris Brown for wanting to enter into the arena of battle rap. We can't. We need as much of this in hip hop as possible. Hip hop needs its edge back. And we're going to speak about this because right now hip hop's at jeopardy. I'm telling you guys, hip hop's at complete jeopardy. All right, so we will speak about that. But nonetheless, shout out to Chris Brown and a big shout out to Quavo. All right, I want to see you guys. I want to see this continue. I want you guys to keep this clean. All right, I'm like the ref inside the boxing ring. We're gonna have a good fight, fellas, gentlemen. We're gonna keep this fight clean, gentlemen. All right, there's gonna be no guns involved. I'm talking to both parties, Chris Brown as well as Quavo. There will be no beefing when it comes to this because I know y'all niggas is not finna throw hands about no broad. But right now, hip-hop needs you guys. We need you here at L.O.T.S Media. YouTube needs you. The internet streets need you guys. We need this Quavo and Chris Brown beef like never before in hip-hop. All right? Hip-hop needs its competitive edge back. And that's what I'm liking to see. And it's looking like it's a domino effect. Like I told you, Kodak Black already starting with Lil Baby and NBA Youngboy, the competitive edge. We need that in hip hop, but we don't need the violence per se right now. But we need that competitive edge. So it didn't stop there, all right? Now it's Chris Brown and Quavo. They're going at it. Now you guys know last week, don't act like last week we didn't have a thing going on with the ladies, all right? Even though when you're talking about the internet, it's like 15 minutes of fame. One week we're speaking about this, the next week we're speaking about that. All right? So what I'm referring to is the Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion beef that has seemed to die down. I don't hear nobody talking about Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj no longer. All right? So in this day and age, when it comes to hip-hop, and you're talking about not even hip-hop, but the internet, in reference to the internet, there's 15 minutes of fame on the internet. What happened 2 weeks is no longer current 2 weeks later, all right? Things get pushed out of the algorithm. I don't think Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion are no longer in the algorithm, as in the top of the list of the algorithm, all right? So like I said, we need more beefing in hip-hop, yeah. Contrary to what Little Bootsy said. Bootsy, I heard you. Little Bootsy said, y'all need to stop egging on this beefing in hip-hop because that ends up with people dying. I'm paraphrasing right now. But Little Bootsy is saying that we need to stop promoting beefing in hip-hop. Battle rapping, we need to stop promoting that. Because the same people that are promoting it are not going to show up at the funeral. Now listen. Bootsy, listen. Bootsy, like I would say, we love you, man. We love you at this channel. But quite often I notice that I do not agree with you. My brother, listen. Bootsy, I know your voice is strong, but you got to watch what you're saying. All right? Bootsy, if you take away the competitive edge from hip-hop is no longer the art form that it once was. Let's make this clear. It has to be beefing. I'm not talking about how y'all would beef in Baton Rouge. I understand New Orleans. I get it over there. Niggas is dying when y'all are beefing. It's not a lyrical thing. But y'all do not set the standard for hip-hop and battling. That's isolated, okay? That's isolated. The true nature of hip-hop, the culture of hip-hop and battling, that's what makes the art form what it is. All right? So don't shout out to Bootsy, but please, you guys, don't listen to Bootsy. Please don't kill this art form that I've come to love, that I've loved since the day of its inception. I love hip-hop, and I love the competitive edge of it, all right? I love the braggadocious, but bragging for the right things, bragging about how you write your rhymes, bragging about how nobody can stand up to your pen. Nobody can equal to your penmanship. I love that about hip-hop. Having your own style, dressing fly, having your own style, standing out, calling niggas out. That's hip-hop. That's the competitive nature of hip-hop. And that's what makes hip-hop what it is. That's what makes hip-hop in high demand. That's what makes hip-hop priority. All right? Now, moving right along. Shout out to Bootsy nonetheless. And shout out to everybody that's beefing in hip-hop. It's a beautiful day in hip-hop. I'm loving the energy in hip-hop right now. All right? I'm loving this energy. All right? Moving right along. Now, this is a segue. We just spoke about Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion's beef, right? So you guys know